Welcome to Arrow News Channel. Like and subscribe to update news around the world. It has been over a year since Trump became president, and Hillary Clinton is still blaming her loss on misogyny and good old-fashioned sexism, while conveniently forgetting the fact that she was an awful candidate, neglected the working class, and pretty much no one liked her or wanted her as their president. This time she took her rhetoric up a notch by actually subtly implied that President Trump is using the FISA memo as a scapegoat, so he doesn't have to answer for the fake claims the Democrat Party made about his campaign conspiring with the Russians. Hillary stated, "So any of you who've read my book about what happened know that I think misogyny and sexism was part of that campaign. It was one of the contributing factors. Some of it was old-fashioned sexism and a refusal to accept the equality of women, and certainly the equality of women's leadership, and some of it as an outgrowth of all of this anxiety and insecurity that is playing on some people and leading them on a hunt for scapegoats." President Trump's response was as epic as always because he didn't bother to give one. He doesn't care what his woman does or says. In his book, She Lost and She's Done in Politics, since the memo proves she is hiding things. But he did do one thing. He hinted today to the idea that was floated around this weekend by GOP sources, which confirmed there are more memos which are yet to be released but haven't officially been announced. Sources close to Congressman Devin Nunes went as far as to confirm there could be as many as 5 additional memos, or even more, which prove further wrongdoing by Barack Hussein Obama's weaponized FBI and the way they colluded with the Democrat Party, and in particular the crooked Hillary Clinton campaign in 2016. Via the Gateway Pundit report, House Intel Committee could drop 5 more memos exposing politically motivated abuses by FBI and DOJ. If you thought Friday's FISA abuse memo could be the sole report on FBI and Justice Department corruption, House Intelligence Chairman Devin Nunes may have a surprise. According to Axios, the committee could publish up to 5 more reports outlining politically motivated wrongdoing across various agencies, including the FBI, the broader Justice Department, and the State Department. Axios reports. What we're hearing, Republicans close to Nunes say there could be as many as 5 additional memos or reports of wrongdoing. But the source on the House Intelligence Committee tells me there's no current plan to use the same extraordinary and highly controversial process they just went through, with the vote and ultimately a presidential approval to declassify sensitive information. A Republican member briefed on Nunes' investigations told me, "There are several areas of concern where federal agencies used government resources to try to create a narrative and influence the election. Some have suggested coordination with Hillary Clinton operatives, Sidney Blumenthal and Cody Shearer, to back up the false narrative." The Washington Examiner's Byron York concluded his Friday article summarizing the memo's key FISA abuses by warning a new showdown between Republicans and Democrats could resurface when additional information is released. Translation: the FISA memo could be the first of many memos exposing corruption at both the FBI and Justice Department. York writes. Finally, the memo released today does not represent the sum total of what House investigators have learned in their review of the FBI and Justice Department Trump-Russia investigation. That means the fight over the memo could be replayed in the future when the Intelligence Committee decides to release more information. It is not clear what information congressional investigators will release. The House Intelligence Committee released their classified FISA memo on Friday morning. Hillary might be crazy. She is so arrogant that she believes she will get away with murder again. She comes out and spews nonsense because in her mind she believes she's untouchable. That attitude was what made her lose the 2016 election. The left despised her so much that they preferred a socialist dinosaur who has never had a real job during his entire life and who has never stood out in the Senate for any reason whatsoever. Many people will go down because of this apparent illegal scheme conjured by the FBI, Justice Department, DNC, and the Hillary Clinton campaign. And rightly so. If anyone else would have done 1% of that these connected elitists in power have done to candidate Donald Trump, then we would be going away for a very long time. Please share if you want to see this woman wearing an orange jumpsuit.